Welcome back to Lexv Designs. In today's video, we're going to be learning how to make this jacket, and this is so simple to do. So if this is what you're interested to learn how to do, please stay tuned and watch till the end of this video. Don't forget to like this video, thumbs up to this video, subscribe and share this video. Stay tuned. So to do this, I have about 1 yard of fabric. Okay, this material is by 60 inches, and I already folded this into two, so this material is already on fold. And then I'll go ahead and mark 2 inches. This 2 inches will be considered my starting line. All right, so I'm just going to draw a straight line so that on this line I will now mark all my basic body measurement. All right, so you can see that I am marking after the line. Now before I mark my basic body measurement, this is the front part of this jacket. I'll go ahead and mark. I was marking 2 inches, but I changed my mind and I went ahead and just left 1 inch. All right, so I just left 1 inch. This would be for my button allowance. Okay, my buttonhole allowance. All right, so after the line I marked 2.5 inches. This will be for my neck width. All right, 2.5 inches for my neck width. And then I came down by about, you can actually vary with this your neck measurement. I came down by about 2 inches. This is for my front, for my front, and all these are not even basically necessary. This is me just marking my basic body measurement so that it is easy for you to understand. So you can see I went ahead and marked 8 inches. All right, 8 inches, because it's a jacket. I'm not just using my exact shoulder measurement. All right, whatever you have, just add up a half inch, okay, to your normal shoulder measurement. All right, so I came down by 8.5 inches, but I forgot to also mark my shoulder slant, so I'm just going to quickly add my shoulder slant. All right, and adjust it. All right, I will add my shoulder slant so that the jacket will slant. You know the shoulder is not straight, so for it to have a perfect fitting, I came down by 1 inch at that armhole area, and then I connected it to my shoulder. All right, I hope this is clear. Okay, so after adding this, I will now adjust my armhole to ensure that I have up to my normal armhole that I'm working with. Okay, so I just marked it and half, and then I adjusted it quickly. I'll clean up the other line. All right, so now I will just curve out my armhole. I want to place my rule very well, so leave about half inch inside just this way. Look at the way I placed it. So after I have gotten the perfect shape, I'll just mark it out. Okay, just a little bit of curve for my armhole curve. So, and that's practically it for that part. Now, since our basic body is now ready, we're going to go into the business of today, and this is how to make this jacket, the upper side of the collar to be higher. Okay, so you can see that line I came up by 1.5 inches. This is from, that's my neck area, that place where I marked 2.5 inches. I came up by 1.5 inches. Now you can see me going in. I went in by 1 inch. Okay, I came up by 1.5 inches, and then I went in by 1 inch. All right, you can still do 1 inch. It depends on what you want. You can do one against two. All right, so after that I will now curve it. Okay, I'll make sure that 1 inch I went in by meets up with the 1.5 inches for the height. Okay, and you can see the height of my collar is set. Now once I have achieved this from this top end, okay, don't forget that I left about 1.5 I left about 1 inch rather, please, for my buttonhole. I came down by 6.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to be connecting this now from this top to the end of that 6.5 inches. Okay, and the remaining will be considered my buttonhole. I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear. Okay, but if you have questions, please feel free to ask me, but you can just follow what I'm doing here. It's very clear. This jacket is so simple to do, and it comes out beautiful. You can do it and then wear it with all your any combination that you like. it mustn't be blue. You can try it with other colors. So I'm connecting that 1 inch to the top of where I marked that 6 inch. All right, I hope it's clear, so that it comes out like, as if it's overlapping on, that's the jacket will be overlapping on each other. I hope this is clear. So this is me just connecting it to that particular point. Okay, that 1 inch that I left as my button hole and button allowance. Okay, so this front area now is almost practically ready. Okay, it's just that I wanted to add a princess dart. So what I went ahead to do is just to mark for 5 inches. So where I, the pattern of cutting princess dart. In this video, I'm still going to show you how to cut two different patterns of princess dart. Now watch clearly. This princess dart is going to lap very well on my bust. It's going to be perfect on my bust. You can see I started from my shoulder to mark 10 inches, that's for my upper bust, and marked 14 inches for my under bust. Okay, this is the way I'm going to, just watch me as I'm doing it. So you see that point where I marked 10 and 14 inches, I'm going to draw a horizontal line. Okay, now you can see I went in by 1 inch on this other side, and then I came in by half inch on this other side. Just be watching. Okay, I'm going to rule from the bottom to, that's my under bust measurement of 14 inches on a straight line. I'll just connect it. I'm just doing this quickly, but I've already made I have several videos on how to do cut a princess dart. Okay, so you can check them out. So I'm going to connect it now with this horizontal line. Okay, you can see the horizontal lines, my under bust and my upper bust. Okay, so after that, I'm going to connect this with a curve. All right, and you can see the way I'm connecting the curve. Okay, just from this end to this point. Now I also marked 5 inches. All right, and then I came in by 2 inches. This will help my princess dart not to jump. Okay, so one side will not be shorter or longer than the other. Okay, now after that, I just divided 1.5 inches between, on that 2 inches line. Okay, and then I will now connect. I'll connect each of the curves. All right, you can actually use a freehand. You mustn't use any curved rule or something like that. You can use a freehand. Okay, I could just simply adjust this with a freehand. So please, when you're connecting yours, make sure that it's much more perfect than this. Okay, so now, if this video is not clear to you, please kindly check out videos on where I taught on how to cut princess dart. All right, this jacket is so simple to do. You mustn't even do a copy princess dart. You can still use a free princess dart. I will use that free princess dart for the back of this jacket. So stay tuned and watch to the end. Okay, so you can get what I'm saying. All right, so I just went ahead and adjusted my armhole curve. You can see at that point where I introduced that 2 inches, that will be where my armhole curve will now start from. Okay, so I'm just going ahead to cut. So watch me as I cut. All right, so before I cut, I also have to measure out my bust measurements and my waist measurements and the whole jacket measurement. All right, and after doing this now, I'm just going to quickly cut it with following the lines. So please stay tuned and watch me carefully as I cut this out, so that you can know how to cut yours out after marking it. All right, now we're going to be cutting the back as well. You can simply place the front on the back and then cut it, but for emphasis sake, I'm still going to repeat the same process, so that it can be more clearer if you didn't get to the first time. Okay, So I also marked 2 inches, and then I came in by 2.5 inches for the same neck, that same neck depth that we neck width that we use for the front. The only difference is that I use the neck depth of one. Okay, 2.5 inches for my neck width and 1 inch for my neck depth. Okay, so I marked 8 inches as well. I came down, I didn't repeat the same mistake. I ensured that I put my shoulder slant. This is just me marking the basic bodies. Okay, and then I marked my armhole as well. So I connected from that my line, okay, to connect for my armhole. Okay, and then don't forget to also mark out your shoulder slant line. All right, okay, so this is it. Now I'm going to quickly also, don't forget that I promised that I'm going to repeat the same process. So I marked 1.5 inches just like the first one. Okay, I placed, you can see where I placed my tape to mark it. Then I also came in by 1 inch, okay, around the shoulder area. Then I also connected with a curve. Okay, you can actually use a free hand, it mustn't be your curved rule. Okay, it depends on what, if you know you cannot do it very well with a free hand, please use a curved rule. Okay, now for the back, slightly, this is the slight difference. You know that there is no allowance for buttonhole and buttonhole, those things. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to share 1.0.8. okay, I'm going to mark it at 0.8. all right, not 1 inch, 0.8, and then I'll connect it. It's going to look like a bit of a slant. You can see there is a little slant there. Okay, so I'm going to also quickly mark my princess dart for the back. Now you can see I marked 5 inches. All right, this is just me using the plain princess dart that doesn't carry so much curve, okay, around this area. Now I also went ahead and placed and marked 5 inches. Okay, and I came in just the same way I came in by 2 inches. Okay, so that the princess that will not hang. And then I'll just quickly use, it's either you use a curved rule or you use a free hand to curve this out. Okay, and this is just the simple princess dart without any half cut, shoulder bust, under the bust, you know, those things that I mentioned in the front. Okay, so this is it. Your back is almost practically ready. I will now quickly adjust my armhole. Okay, like this. You can actually use a free hand or you can actually go with your curved rule as well. Don't forget to take your measurements. All right, place in your own body measurements. Okay, and then don't forget that whatever measurement you're having, always have your allowance included. All right, so I'm cutting out. Just watch me as I cut out. You can see this jacket is so simple. You can already tell me that it is simple to do. Okay, so I'm just cutting it out. Just stay tuned as I cut it out. So this is it. Now I'm going to be cutting out a facing. All right, just stay with me as I cut out this facing. Okay, so I just folded a piece of material into two and then I placed it this way. This will guide me to cut the facing. All right, okay, just see the way I'm marking it so that you can know what to do when you're marking yours. All right, so I just placed it on the fabric and then I'm going to cut out just as seen. This will serve as my facing. Okay, for the back, this is the back piece. Okay, I'll still do the same thing for the front piece. This is how the back piece, the back facing looks like. Okay, I'm going to join it. Look at the way I'm going to sew it. I'm going to attach it this way. Okay, and then top stitch on it. All right, so that it laps perfectly to the back. Now for the front piece, I also placed my curved rule. Just look at the way I placed. This is just a little variation. Okay, look at the way I placed my curved rule. I just want it to have a bit of a curve. Don't forget what you saw in the front. Okay, maybe I could just paste this on your screen so that you know what I'm talking about. So I just wanted it to have a bit of a curve here, and then I placed it. Okay, I will just cut the curves together. This is the facing for the front and for the back, so I just have a facing of about 4 inches. Okay, it can be more. All right, so that the upper part of this facing will not be too pointed. Okay, it can be more. You can use up to 5 to 6 inches. It depends on what you want for your facing. So me, I just decided to go with 4 inches. All right, and then I'm cutting it out. This will serve as my facing. I'm going to add an interface to it. I'm going to add a cloth gum on it. All right, on this facing before attaching it to my jacket. Okay, so I'm going to quickly iron a facing, and what am I saying? A cloth gum on this piece. Okay, so this is me just cutting out the cloth gum on each of the piece. I have two pieces for each of the sides. Now I have already also um top stitched, because after joining this I top stitched on it. Okay, it was like this, and then when I top stitched on it, okay, you can see how it is. So I have it folded in this way. All right, this for the back. Now for the front also, I used the iron to do this. Then I placed it front to front before doing this. Okay, so I'm going to join in my interface to it and then flip it so you can see how it looks. This is the other side as well. I will do the same thing for the two sides before joining my princess dart to each of the sides. Okay, now please, you have to place your princess dart right. Okay, you can see it here. When I want to join it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it this way and then stitch on it all the way to the end. Okay, now definitely I'm going to be having an excess okay remaining. Once I'm done, I'll cut it off. Now this is it. Here I've already attached my interface and then I top stitched on it. Okay, it's totally optional for you to top stitch. You can just go ahead and iron it. Okay, you mustn't top stitch, okay, on it. So this is it. This is how the front looks now after I ironed it. Now I'm going to quickly go ahead and attach my princess dart at this point. Okay, now, and also do the same thing for the back as well. So this is the back. I have attached my princess dart and this is the front. I also attached my princess, and this is the exercise I was telling you about around the armhole. I'm going to quickly cut it out. Okay, it's better that it has an excess at the armhole area than for it to be shorter at the length of the jacket. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now this is me joining this. Now I'm going to be joining the shoulders. Okay, so you can actually join this way, just the way you join your normal clothes. Okay, so I'll just join it this way, or I just flatten it and then stitch up just this way and then stitch up to the end of the armhole. So it is your choice. Okay, I hope this is clear. So after doing this, now I will do this for the two sides. All right, you can see how it looks because I just did it, and this is how it looks. Okay, you would do it for the two sides of this jacket. Okay, so I just did one side and this is how it looks. You can see that the jacket is already forming. Okay, and don't forget that you're going to also hem up your jacket. Hem it up. Okay, you hem it up neatly when we're done, not now, sha. But this is me. I've already attached the two sides and this is how it looks. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut out my sleeve. I didn't cut out my sleeve at the beginning of this video, so let's just do it now. So I'm going to fold this into two, just this way, and then fold into another two. Okay, I want to cut the two sleeves together. Now I want to have a short sleeve. Don't forget that I'm just working with 1 yard of material. All right, so I am also going to quickly do this. Okay, I want to ensure that I have equal size under the fabric. That's what I'm checking. So I'm just going to ensure that start marking from where I'm sure that the fabrics are equal at the back. Okay, so I'm just going to use a free hand to cut this out. In case you have any difficulty cutting your sleeves, please, I also have a video on this channel on how to cut your basic sleeve. So I'm just using a basic sleeve, a short sleeve for this. Nothing too special about the sleeve. Okay, so after doing this, I'm going to connect up just as seen with a slope. Okay, and I'm also using a free hand. All right, so I'm going to quickly cut this out. Nothing special in this sleeve, just the basic normal sleeve. All right. Okay, so for this sleeve, I'm also going to be folding in. All right, folding in. I'm going to be using a hemming gum for the sleeve so that the stitches doesn't show. Okay, I don't want the stitches to show on the sleeve. Okay, so for that reason, I'm going to be using a hemming gum to hem it up. So I'm just notching up the middle of my sleeve so that when I place it on my fabric, I'm guided. So I'll just place that hemming gum here. Just see where how I'm hemming it. I'll place it in between and then iron it outside. It comes out neat. Okay, so let me join it now so that it's clear. Okay, from this middle point, I'll place that notched part on this middle point. Okay, and then I'll stitch it up all the way to the end. Okay, I'll do the same thing for that other side, for the other side as well. Okay, now after doing that, I will now stitch up my sides. That's after I've already added my sleeve. Okay, and then I will also hem my jacket. All right, so let me just quickly do these and show you what it looks like. Our jacket is practically ready at this point. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it. Bye. Stay tuned on Next Week Designs for more videos on this channel. Bye.